Dr. Mommy coming to you again with another video. I am here in my cozy chair. It's been a long day. I've had 2 conference calls, one with a student who I am proud to say did get her PhD. So basically she will be a doctor once her dissertation goes through its final quality review. So now I'm sitting here waiting on my dinner to finish cooking, and I decided to hop on here so that I could talk to you a little bit about my method for doing my budget per week. I wanted to try and come on here and just talk to you about how I actually break down the terms that I use. I know sometimes I just kind of go through and I'm putting my little marks beside some of the expenses and everything. So I haven't really did a video where I actually went through the terminology so that you can understand the definitions of the terms that I use when I'm doing my budget. Now, of course, one of the terms that I use is put away. Remember, I put that P, capital P and A beside each one of those expenses or bills that I will not be paying in that week. So actually the P and the A stands for put away, meaning that I am going to put that amount away in my bill savings account. Okay, that's what that terminology means. That amount that I'm setting aside for that bill out of that current week's paycheck will not be paid that week. That amount of money will be put aside in the bill savings account until it's time for me to pay that bill during the week of its due date. Okay? That's what the PA means. Another term that I use is bills checking account and bills savings account. The checking account and the bills checking account and the bills savings account are not the typical checking and savings account as you would think of it. Basically, this entire account is used as my operational account, meaning that money cycle through it weekly. There's, it's not set up like a regular checking account and a regular savings account where you are able to put money away and it sit there and it grows 0.001% interest, in the savings account portion. So it's not set aside like that. Monies are constantly being cycled through the bills checking account portion and the bills savings account portion. Now, back to the bills checking account. The bills checking account portion of my checking account is used for pretty much all the bills money or expenses that that money is direct deposited into that account each week. So basically, it's where, the majority of my paycheck goes per week into that bills checking account. And when I say bills, I'm meaning any item that I have to spend money on. So that could be, my daughter's trip to South Africa. It could be another different kind of expense, whatever it is, the cash amount that I pull out each week, whatever it is, I call it bills because it is money that I am not keeping. Basically, I am paying it out for some sort of expense. So that's what I mean when I talk about the bills checking account. The bills checking account typically houses, remember that little cushion that I keep out per week, that stays in that account, as well as the amount of money that is going to be automatically withdrawn from that account for that particular week's bill. So if there's an expense or a bill that needs to be paid that week, that money remains in the portion of the account that I allocate as the bills checking account. Okay. Now, another term that I use is bills savings account. Now, when I speak of my bills savings account, it is not your typical savings, as I said earlier. Basically, it is a holding cell for the amount of monies that I will need to eventually pay out to some sort of debt, some sort of expense, whatever it is, in another week. So basically, that amount of money will not be paid out in that current week. It will be paid out in another week. Remember, I do my budget once a week. So therefore, I typically break up my expenses or my amounts of money that I pay on a bill into 4 weeks. Okay? So let's just say I had a debt that was $40. I will take 10 out of each week's paycheck to give me that total of $40. And until that bill is due, those $10 will be put into the bill's savings account. Then once I get to that week to pay that bill, I'll pull those $30 out to add to the existing $10 that's in the bill's checking account and pay that bill. So that's basically what's going on with the bill's savings account. It houses money that sit there temporarily until it's time for me to pay that expense in another week. That's why it sits there. It is not going to be functioning during the current week. So please, please, please leave me a comment below if you do not understand what I am saying as it relates to the definitions of these terms that I use week after week. Okay. Another portion of my budget is to tell you guys whether I will be pulling money out of my bill savings account or putting money into my bill savings account. And those terms are just as I am saying them. Putting away, remember, once I get through calculating all of my expenses and everything, the total amount for the week, there's typically a portion of that money that I either need to take out of the bill savings account to help me satisfy the bills for that week, or I need to put that money away in the bill's savings account to help me pay those expenses on another week. So I think that is pretty much all I have for now. I just wanted to hop on and give you guys a little bit more of a breakdown of the terms that I use when I am doing my budget week to week. Therefore, when you hear me say these terms, you will understand exactly where my money is going and what it's doing. So I would very much like for you to subscribe to my channel, share this video to those you think that may be interested, and also give this video a like. Leave a comment below and let me know how you're budgeting and if you have a sort of unique strategy that you're utilizing. And this is Dr. Mummy, where we dream big but start small around here. Until next time, peace.